Welcome to the city of brotherly girls.
Here with for episode 3, Miguel Cartagena, Philadelphia legend. He's some of his quick facts, the youngest ever to be on the U.S. national team, 16 years old, 7-time Golden Gloves, national champ 2-time, and also got an award from the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame 2009, being the pride of Philadelphia, which is even true to this day as a trainer now too, and inspiring younger fighters on what to do. So thanks for coming on, Miguel. I really appreciate it.
Oh man, it's my honor.
So at 16 years old, in 2009, you set the whole city on fire with all your accomplishments. Youngest ever to be on the national team, going to all these different countries, Italy, Japan. Talk a little bit about that, like coming up, like what got you into boxing. Talk a little bit about your father's influence on you, and like a little
I
bit
was
of background.
a kid for overall. I was just a hyper kid. Everyone knows how big I am, so obviously I'm way too short for basketball. I'm way too physically small for football. I never really liked sports all my life, so I didn't really care for anything. And then my dad, just seeing how hyper I was and how active I needed to keep myself, he's like, well, I gotta do something to keep this kid active. If not, he's gonna knock down my damn house. Pretty much, I was just wrecking the shit.
Yeah.
So he was like, you want to box? And I'm like, all right, cool, like whatever. Like I didn't really care. I was like, all right, cool. So he signed me up to the gym. Excuse me, in the year 2000 at the original Johannes gym, which was
Yeah.
on Thompson. I started off there. I was working with old trainer, the older guy, Sonny. They had old short little guy, and I was there for about 3 months. And he told my dad, pretty much pack it up. Like this kid he doesn't have it in him. He won't ever be a boxer. He won't ever achieve anything. It's not in his future. I went home that night. I was like, you know what? Like, that guy knows. Well, in my head, I thought he knew what the hell he was talking about. I was like, all right, cool. I'll figure out something else. I'm like, I stopped boxing for probably about 2 months. And then I was so used to going to the gym, like that routine, I was so used to it. Where I'm like, you know what? Fuck that dude. He can't tell me I'm not gonna make it. Like, who is he to tell me I can't make it? And one thing I always felt myself, like I always knew anything's possible. I can, if I really work hard and I really put my mind to it and sacrifice everything I have to sacrifice, then I can do and be anything I want. I know earlier I said I'm too short for basketball and football, but if I really train my butt off for it, I'm sure I can compete to a certain extent. Probably not like NBA, NFL, but like I feel like I can get my skills up to at least compete. But I was like, yeah. So going back, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that dude. I'm going back. Went right back to Johannes. Went with a different trainer, Coach Mosley. He's still around in the boxing scene. And the rest is history after that. I took off.
I think too, like with how successful you were in it, and even like just me seeing like the impact you have on kids, it's almost like an infectious energy that you have. And I think that mindset you had when you were a kid, it's what kind of made you a champion too. Like a lot of people would just get discouraged and be like, like for example, if I'm a young kid coming into the gym and I have Miguel Cartagena telling me I don't think you got it, I would probably listen,
Right.
whereas that mindset that to just keep going and keep going and keep going is almost like probably what propelled you to do everything that you did. You know what I mean?
Uh, I would say I used it as motivation, but that's not necessarily the case. I used it more like when people told me something. There was plenty of people that told me I wasn't going to do anything or be anything, and what motivated me to do everything is just to be able to make it forced me to train harder and do everything more just to be able to say, fuck you, look, I did
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Now, was your dad a fighter at all, or like was
No,
the
I'm
train?
well, from a Cartagena bloodline. I'm a first generation.
Yeah,
I was always loved sports and love boxing and everything. Well, not sports. My dad doesn't know nothing about sports, just like me. But he's been a boxing fan all his life. So when I came out a run, then he was like, "This is pretty much all we got."
who's so? I mean, even in a way, it could have been to your benefit too. You know what I mean? Because you're fighting guys. Boxing is the one sport where it's you're fighting guys that are your weight. Whereas in basketball, you're kind of just if you're 5'10" or you're 5'5" or you're just almost screwed in a way. You're just you can kind of max out to an extent. You could be super quick like Iverson or something, but unless you're just gifted with size, you know what I mean? Whereas boxing, it's like you can kind of go and take it. You
Yeah,
you're saying I am. You're saying you're standing across from somebody your size, and there's no bullshit to it. That's what I
yeah,
think so attractive about it. Like we were talking about in the gym, it goes back to, I think it goes back to like Roman times, like gladiator times. Like, and there's only certain people that have that instinct, like that. No, I don't care what no one says. It's a warrior, like a warrior instinct. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And there's no, you can't fake that because it's the work that you put in. You know what I
Don't
mean?
talk about having that dog in
Yeah.
them, but it becomes deeper than having that because even to a certain extent, once a dog feels like he's not going to win the battle, then even the dog will back up.
Yeah.
So, it's something deeper than a dog. It's just like pure warrior mindset. Just like either I'm going to win, kill or be killed.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Do you read it all? Like, did you ever, like growing
Well,
up, you
is
were,
I haven't read like I was never a reader all my life. All my life I was never a reader. And what I wound up doing like 2 years during COVID, I think it was like 2021. Yeah, during COVID. I decided to do the 75 hard challenge. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
no.
It's 75 days of it's a challenge. It's 75 days. You have to work out uh twice a day, one inside, one outside. You have to read at minimum 10 pages of a book, and you have to pick a certain diet. I chose a pescatarian diet. So I was a pescatarian for 75 days, and I had to read at minimum 10 pages of a book every day and work out twice a day, one workout inside and one workout outside. And
Okay.
I did that for 75 days straight. And if you miss a day, then it starts all over. You can't just add another day. Like it forces you to start all over.
And what did you, well, what's a pescatarian diet?
Nothing, all seafood.
All seafood. Okay. And what did you read?
Well, I read the Hector Camacho story. That's
Okay.
one of my favorite fighters. So
Macho, yeah.
I read his whole like upbringing, his whole demise and success and failures. I legit read his whole story pretty much.
Could you relate to him at all, Macho?
In many aspects,
Well,
yeah.
not the demise, but like the upcome. You know what I mean?
Yes, the whole flashiness, the whole charisma, his attitude, the way he carried himself. There's been plenty of people that say, especially when I talk Spanish,
Yeah.
everyone be like, sound just like Camacho. I'm like, you're not the person to say it.
Yeah.
My voice and how I carry myself and just my
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. Because you're like you have that like a warrior, but it's almost like you don't need to like you're just you know what I mean? That's kind of how Macho was a little bit, I think. Like very flashy, very outwardly, but like just hearing things, like he was very approachable. Like he would sign for kids, he would, but deep down he was like a warrior, but he didn't have to have like a front. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I was looking at it like everyone knows what I do. I'm a fighter, cool. Like I don't have to put on this tough guy persona all day, every day. Like I'm a human also. Like yes, I laugh, I cry, I'm
Yeah.
happy. Like I'm human, so I try to always give people uh, the rawest form of me. Like yes, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm depressed. Like I go through it all, just like any other person.
Yeah. The reason I asked you about the reading thing is like one of my favorite books is The Art of War. It's like
I started it. I'm on like chapter 6 or 7.
It's
and I just haven't. I
yeah,
haven't honestly. I haven't picked up the book in like the last 6, 7 months. Honestly,
it's
I
like
stopped.
yeah. There's so many things in there, even in terms of like you said, a dog will always back down if it gets pushed. But it
Yeah,
says the in the Sun Tzu says, and it said it was the Hall of Fame article. It said, you planned on being a veterinarian. You said you
yeah.
love animals. You felt like being a. You were like, I don't want to get punched in the face for a living. I'm going to become a veterinarian. Um,
Well, I knew I wanted to be a fighter and everything.
yeah. Like,
But
was there a change there where you were, you know what I mean? Like, what made you? Was it all the success you had that you were like, you almost have to turn pro. You almost have to keep going with it. You know what I mean?
not necessarily that. No, I just knew I want to fight. Like
Yeah.
I just love what fighting does for my mental health.
Yeah.
Honestly, being in the gym, being especially in the ring, I feel like once I step foot inside of like it's noisy outside of the ring, but once I step in the ring, it's like silence. It's like this is peace. This is therapy. This is where I belong. But the whole veterinarian thing, now I'm just obsessed with animals. I love animals, and when I was in high school, yeah, I'm sure you knew, but I remember we had like work programs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would go to school one whole week, and then because I want to become a vet, I want to become a vet tech, not a veterinarian, because the veterinarians they don't really do much. They're just the doctors of the field, and the vet techs do all the hands-on stuff, like actual surgeries and stuff. But like going back to what I was saying, I would do 1 week of school, and I would volunteer at the SPCA or Erie Ed for a whole week, and the next following week I would be in school. So I learned how to give dog shots, put a cast on dogs and cats, uh, and I like check their heart rate and stuff like that. Like give them IVs. I know that.
That's crazy. That's like the cool stuff you learn. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the cool stuff. Like even in like a podcast form, that's like you would never expect that. You know what I mean? That's sick.
Yeah,
That's sick. How about
I'm a
yeah.
lover.
Yeah, it shows like your whole dynamic of a person. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So talk about a little bit, like while you're boxing and you're coming up, some of the different countries, some of the different experiences. Like I remember you were telling me, as you turned pro, I found this like super interesting. You would do like that piece that you felt in the ring. You would do all your paperwork before you got in the ring, so you knew everyone was taken care of, your family was taken care of, everything was good, so you could just go in there and be a warrior. Like, talk about that a little bit. That's
I, I will legit do everything I could, like just to make sure everything outside the ring was taken care of. Like I knew my mom was set mentally. Like she always struggled with me fighting and stuff. Gave her like super anxiety and just like I guess for her on her aspect, it just wasn't the healthiest thing for her to be watching me fight.
yeah, her son. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I would always like just reassure her and everything. Like, I'm gonna be all right. Like the first thing I'm gonna do when I get out the ring is I'm gonna come check you out, just so you can be able to touch me, feel me, look at me, know I'm all right. I would legit do the same thing for like my dad. Uh, honestly, as I got older and I had a son finally, which I didn't want. I wanted a daughter because once I got I knew once I was done boxing, I wanted to be out of the game. I never wanted to be a coach. I never had any dreams of being a coach, and I always wanted a girl because I didn't want to be a part of boxing.
Yeah.
After I wanted to, once I retire, I wanted to set sail. Like, I never want anything to do with the sport ever again. And 10 years later, both
Young
players
humble.
drug me into it.
That's crazy. That's great. What made you not want to get into, what made you not want to continue? Was it like the grueling nature of the sport? Was it like a mind, you just needed to turn the switch off? Was it actual boxing itself? Like some of the corruption or some of the stuff that you seen? Like what was it that you didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't progress with it, with your
For
kids?
the reason I retired, or
Yeah. Like you were saying, like when you retired, you didn't want anything to do with it after that. You wanted to just have a girl, be
oh,
a father. You
this
know,
is my that before.
Okay, yeah.
On
Yeah.
myself, like before I had a kid and
Yeah.
everything. When I was younger, I knew I never wanted to be a coach. After I'm done, I'm done. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I forgot that guy's name. He did an article on me way back. I was literally like 14, 15. And I was talking about that. Like, yeah, once I'm done, then I'm gonna try to accomplish everything I can in this sport. But once I'm done, I'm done. Like, it
Yeah.
won't ever happen again.
Yeah.
And just 20 years later, I wound up having a son, and he just drove me into it where I literally can't leave now.
Talk about the young Rumbler a little bit. So then in 10, 20 years, he can look back on this and
Yeah, my son's 10 years old. He's legit been throwing punches, and uh, he legit he started off with me, and when he was born, we still had the gym. He was born 2011, so we still had the gym. So he was literally 1 month old, just in the gym. 2 month old, and then he knew how to throw punches before he can walk. Like legit videos of him in his car seat, just like throwing punches, like not even like real punches, but just like
yeah.
moving. And I couldn't even walk yet. Well, I remember when he first learned how to stand up, I had him throwing like a combination where he's like throwing a jab, but like he'll fall and then like walk. But he know how to throw punches. So he's the reason, he's what drove me back into it. And then like it's crazy how much he knows already. Like I don't even keep up with fighters and fights anymore because I asked him.
Yeah.
Never him for information. Like, yo, who fights this weekend? And he'll be like, oh no, this guy fights. Or like, remember that guy we seen on the undercard from Arizona? I'm like, how do you remember these guys? One, who they are, and two, like, how do you remember where they're even from?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the crazy part to me.
That's a sign though. It's like Mike Tyson when he was a kid. Like he had like a memory like that. Watch all the old tapes with Customato, knew every fighter. You know what I mean? That's a good sign if he
Yeah, like
continues with it.
that kid knows it all. Like he be
Yeah.
telling me everything what fights are coming up. He's even got especially because we got Eddie Alvarez coming to the gym and all.
Yeah.
He's even starting putting his eyes onto the UFC scene.
Yeah.
He's just like infatuated with like fighting. Period.
Yeah. Now you have him doing like any amateur tournaments yet, or is he still just having him train?
Exhibitions. Yeah, he's signed up for USA Boxing. Um, I just told him he had to lose weight because he was walking around. Excuse me. He was walking around like 108 pounds, 109. I'm like, dude, like this was last year. I'm like, dude, you're 9 years old.
Yeah.
How many 9 years old are 108 pounds? Okay, cool. There's plenty of 9 year olds that's 108 pounds. Cool. Now I can pull one in any day. Okay, but give me a 9 year old that's 108 pounds that boxes and
Yeah.
doesn't or play another sport.
Yeah.
Almost impossible. He'll never fight in Philly, probably never fight in regionals, go to the nationals and fight like one Mexican from like Texas.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not really what I want for your career, bud. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to clean up your eating habits and just work a little bit harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legit, me and him had this conversation 4 months ago. And he's been in the gym 5 days a week for the last 4 months. He cleaned up his eating habits. He eats 3 full meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So he's not starving at all.
Yeah.
He eats 3 full meals a day. And he lost 19 pounds so far.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good. And he's 9 years old. Wow. To have
and I
if he has that discipline throughout, it's going to be something scary. You know what I mean?
lost 19 pounds. Just he doesn't drink any more juices. Like I still I give it to him as a treat.
Yeah.
But day in, day out, just water. It doesn't. I cut out. I don't even buy no more snacks at my house, just because if it's not there, then It's
Yeah.
not and then he'll just figure out something else to eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what do you think do you think he's might do a little MMA? You think he's gonna stick with boxing? What do you think, like future wise? What do you think do you think is he doing any grappling or is he strictly boxing right now?
No, he's strictly violent. He just watches a lot of it now, just because Eddie's around the gym, and anytime he's there and he sees Eddie, he likes if anyone ever sees my son and knows my son and talks to him, they'll be like, wow, like this kid's super mature,
Yeah.
super like he can legit have a whole grown adult conversation with me.
Wow.
And I love that, but I also hate it because I'm like, dude, like don't try to grow up so quick. Like you're gonna grow up regardless. Just be a kid. I understand and enjoy being a kid.
Yeah.
Adult sucks.
Now coming up, like as he continues progressing, would you want someone else to train him or like be his main coach, or do you think you
Okay,
will?
me and his mom aren't together, so he lives in New Jersey with his mom.
Okay.
I pick him up Fridays from school, so he's with me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every week. And then in the summertime, he's with me all summer. So that's the arrangement me and his mom had. So being as though I'm in Philly, I go to work and then drive all the way to Johannes to
Yeah.
he was there. I'm not able to go pick him up from school every day and take
Yeah.
him to everything. So his mom agreed to take him to TKO in Jersey every day for me, which is about 15 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. You ever bring him to Johan over the weekend?
Well, yeah, and then the one remember Johannes is closed on the weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There, I pick him up from school on a Friday. We're there Friday evening, or he's just there during the summertime because he doesn't have school, so he's living with me all summer.
Yeah. Now, what are some things you're gonna tell him like throughout your career? Like maybe certain things to do differently, like moving. You know what I mean? Like some of the wisdom that you got in your fighting career that you're gonna put onto him. Like some of the different moves you would make or certain. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah. I'm definitely shy. I show him everything, and I literally show him the pros and cons to everything. Like I always tell him, like every punch has a punishment. Like you throw a jab, they can throw a jab right back. You throw a right hand, they have a right hand, they can fire right back. Um, you throw a hook, their hook can fire right. Any punch you throw has a punishment.
Yeah.
Returning fire. So if you don't understand and don't realize what you're doing, then you're just gonna be getting hit.
Yeah.
So I broke that down to him, and he's also training TKO with Zeus Barbosa and Kayon Sesson.
Okay.
That's the last thing. And I love it because Zeus is like straight Mike Tyson kind of fighter. He'll take 17 shots to land one big shot.
Yeah. Edgar Berlanga.
That's one thing I've always liked about him because like that dude's always been like a real gritty fighter.
Yeah.
It's all about fighting and not boxing.
Yeah.
And K-Son, he's super boxing. He's stick and move, don't get hit. Don't get hit at all. He's real slick, very his ring IQ is crazy. So I love the fact that he has that in his ear. And then when he's with me, I'm showing him just like the in between boxing and fighting part where you gotta be able to fight and box, yes. But you can't box all the time and you can't fight all the time. You gotta be able to meet middle ground where you can mix that up.
Yeah.
Box midway through a combination and I know where you're fighting. If you aren't able to make that adjustment quickly, then things can become dangerous for you. So I guess and I'm showing them that part. Those two other coaches are showing them the boxing and the fighting part.
I mean, he's got the ultimate team with you as his father, his coaches, and he's like an encyclopedia, boxing encyclopedia too. And he has that interest. Like, 'cause I think no matter what, uh, no matter what, like let's say, you want him to be a boxer, he has a lot of people's ears, but if he doesn't want to do it, it'll fizzle out. But the fact that he's so into it and he's an
Oh no,
encyclopedia, it's almost like the perfect storm because he's super into it too. You know what I mean?
but that's the kicker because I don't want him to do it.
Yeah.
The day he tells me, Dad, I want to quit boxing,
Yeah.
I won't question why. I won't even ask him why.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, cool. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Like, I want him to box. I know what boxing did to me my whole entire life. Um, this is not taking away anything, but I just wish I had a better plan for myself.
Yeah.
I devoted my whole entire life, 23 years, into boxing just to retire and get a job.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Mentally rough. So I don't want him to box. I
Yeah.
allow him to box because this is something he wants to do. And this is something he showed me wholeheartedly. Like, I want it. He wakes up, he comes down here, he runs on a treadmill, he works out every day with me. He wants it. It's not because I'm forcing him or telling him he has to, because that's completely 100% the opposite. I don't even want him to box.
Yeah.
So
And
the
it's
fact
tough. Yeah.
do it, happen.
It's tough because it's like that fatherly instinct, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna, like you're telling him, if you're gonna do it, be all in. Like if you're gonna do it, be all in. And it seems like,
Oh yeah, I definitely hold him accountable
yeah,
because
as you should. Yeah.
with one thing in this sport is you really can't play around.
Uh,
You will get hurt.
Yeah.
Most of them get hurt bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it's not like a sport like basketball or football. This is like, it's like life. It's life or death when you get in the ring. You know what I mean?
oh
One
yeah,
shot. You see the things that happen to get hit in the back of the head, or it's like there's no games. You know what I mean? But the thing with him is your son is like it's almost like he probably has the same thing you did with that warrior mentality where it's coming out now and it's you know what I mean? The fact that he has so much interest in it and all too, that's like a rare thing in a young kid. Like even like I was a teacher for years and I coached basketball for years and the best players that I've coached and like I played basketball my whole life too, but the best players are the kids that are like self-motivated and then I can come in and kind of guide them and tell them if
I
you do this, you know what I
yeah,
mean? If you're gonna do this, it's
the do's and don'ts.
you pull the notebook out. You say, "This is what I did." You know what I mean? I always
Right.
talk about with Tyrone Crawley, who's like to me, he's a police officer with my uncle, and he's worked in PAL and did a lot. You know, Ty Senior.
Yeah.
But I was over his house the one day. I'm talking to him about boxing, and I'm like a fan. I'm naive. You know what I mean? I'm talking to him. He's like, he just looks at me. He's like, yeah. He's like, because I played basketball, and you know what I mean? You don't get it. He says to me, he pulls out his notebook. He says, open up to December 23rd or December 25th on Christmas. I open up. He says, all right, 4 miles. I ate 1,000 calories. I did this. I did that. I did this. He's like, this isn't basketball. You don't play basketball. You play basketball. You don't play boxing. He's like, if you're
Yeah.
going to do it, this is how you do it. He's like, I wouldn't advise it, but if you're going to do it, this is how you're going to do it. And if not, don't, don't do it. You know what I
And
mean?
why is boxing the only sport, one of the only sports? Well, I'm going to say the only sport because I'm not educated enough to know many other sports. But why is boxing the only sport with uh, no downtime?
Yeah.
Basketball has a basketball season. Baseball has a baseball season. Football has a football season. Soccer has a soccer season, I assume. Hockey has a hockey season. Boxing's always we don't get downtime. Our downtime is in between fights,
Yeah.
and in between fights, if you're not training or not bettering yourself, then you're a step behind any other fighter.
Yeah.
So yes, it's downtime because you're not fighting, but it's not downtime because you're still busting your ass and out the gym.
And I think there's a thing too, like you were saying, you dedicated 23 years to it. You know, like you said, I work a job. Like I totally, I understand. But at the same time, it's like maybe because it's like, because you're a warrior, you're a fighter, you don't maybe realize it. But like even in Philadelphia, everybody knows who you are. You're like seriously, like the way that you impact kids training, like, oh, this Miguel Cartagena, professional fighter, fought at Madison Square Garden, fought in all these countries, U.S. national team. It's like all that stuff is it's an accomplishment that that basketball player, that football player, that they'll never get. It's like a
Right.
feeling that it's a feeling almost like that you're willing, that you're courageous, that there's, you know what I mean? Like I don't think you should ever feel like bad about it because you're an ultimate, like the ultimate warrior, like a modern day gladiator who put it on the line. You know what I mean?
And it's not necessarily that I ever felt bad.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of myself.
yeah,
I like we were saying earlier, like I know who I am.
exactly.
I,
Yeah,
I succeeded in. I know where I failed at. I'm comfortable in my skin.
Yeah.
Right? I like what I can bring to any table. Even me getting this job, like when I've been working at this new job for what, 5 months. Even with me going into this job, I'm like, okay, I went into it with a mindset like, all right, I'm not Miguel. I'm Miguel Cartagena, the worker. I'm not Miguel Cartagena, the boxer. So I'm gonna be the best worker you can have, or with I'm available to give you at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a boxer anymore. In my eyes, at work, I'm a vet tech technician. That's my job title is called.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I am. I'm going to give you 100%. It's always been me. I've always been able to separate and appreciate. So, yeah.
I think with that too, it's like all the different things you learn from boxing, like the discipline that most people don't have, it carries over in anything you do. So like the stuff you were telling me that you do, like real estate or working or this or that, it all carries in. Doing a 75-day challenge, who else? What percentage of people of men would quit after a week? 90%. You know what I mean? Like all them things, it all carries in. You know what I mean? So it's a different breed. It's a different, and
I
you know.
people tried to do it
Yeah.
when when I started it. I was telling people about it because I was so fascinated with it. I was telling people I was kind of like promoting it. Like, oh, do this with me, do this with me. And I know multiple people who lasted one day, lasted 2 days, didn't last many days at all. They couldn't. Some people said didn't have the time, and I kind of look at it like a little bit of bullshit because like if you want, you'll find the time. You'll sacrifice some sleep or sacrifice a little bit of your work schedule and find time to succeed in it. But yeah, I just knew people who just didn't couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I think too a little bit. Do you ever hear of like the theory? It's like identity theory, and it's almost like, did you feel like this at all? Like when you stopped fighting, almost like you have like an identity crisis. Like you were kind of saying, I'm not the boxer right now. I'm the worker, or
Yes,
yeah,
many times over, and not necessarily identity because, like I said, I know who I am and I'm comfortable in my skin. But I had to deal with the fact that I'm not a boxer anymore.
yeah,
Like I'm 31 years old and I've only had two jobs my whole entire life. So boxing's always paid my bills for me.
yeah,
Always, I was never a millionaire, but my bills were always taken care of. So the fact that there's no 401k or no retirement,
yeah,
once your last fight is up, then that's when you got your last check for work. That was a real a big stressor for me
yeah,
because I almost went into a panic where like, all right, cool, I'm done boxing, but like I don't have a resume to give to anybody. Right? I sold cars for a year for Subaru across the street from Johannes gym.
yeah,
Crazy because at the time, this was 2019, Johannes wasn't even there yet. They were down the street on highway on Kings Boulevard. I believe that. I've only had two jobs, so I don't have a resume to give to anybody. So
yeah,
where I wanted to make it in boxing and having to retire and like start a regular 9 to 5 day lifestyle was rough. Like it was very, very rough for me. Um, but like it gets easier. Um, I still have my battles. I still fight through it, but it's definitely getting easier ish, I would say.
yeah. So the reason I said that is I think like most, not a lot of people, but a lot of people, most people that do something like for me it was like, say, playing basketball, or for you boxing, or like you achieve things at the highest levels, but you go through that identity crisis, and then what helped me is like our identity isn't like what we do, but it's like who we are. You know what I mean? So like for me, it would be like, at first I'm a man of God. Like I have a pretty strong faith. I'm a Catholic. So I'd say like that's number one for me. I'd say number two is being a son. Number three is, being a brother. Like those things that'll never change. And
Right.
that kind of gave me a lot of like feeling good about myself. Like even like for you, like number one, like an absolute like a warrior, and you know that true in yourself, and like now a father and a son, and you know what I mean? Like those are the type of things that I think like a lot of times we seek fulfillment in like these other things. And then once they're over, it's kind of like we're lost a little bit. People can see like who you are, and I think that's like it's inspirational to people. The kids that come in the gym, like
Right.
you can see the identity in people, like you know what I mean? It's
And
crazy.
it's crazy just being around boxing because like you get to legit see like okay, everyone has their I guess their imagination of who fighters are and what they are. But then like when you hang around fighters outside of the boxing scene is like, oh no, you a regular dude, you cool as hell.
Yeah,
Like you cool. You're not aggressive, you're not angry all the time.
yeah,
Uh, a lot of people like I guess put that persona that we're just because we're boxers, they were fighters all day, every day, and that's like the farthest thing from the truth because like no,
yeah. Talk about some of your experiences, like in all different countries. Like you've been to Italy, right?
yeah, I've been three
And
times. I was in Sicily the first time I went for about 12 days. And then we left. We came. This was I was on the USA team, so we came back, and then we went to. I always forget how this is pronounced. I'm not sure if it's Bulgaria or Bulgaria. It's in Italy.
yeah.
And then we went there, did a training camp there for a little. We was there for about 12 days again. And then we came back, and then for the third time we went, we did a European tour where we started off in Italy, and then we went to England, and then we went back to Italy, but we went to Rome because we started off in Sicily, back in Sicily. Then we went to England, then we came back to Italy, and we went to Rome.
That's yeah. See, that's
That was crazy. That was an insane feeling because legit we were outside of the Roman Colosseum.
that's wild. It's
Yeah,
Gladiator.
I got pictures of myself outside the Roman Colosseum. I'm like, look, that's pretty much where fighting and gladiators started.
Yeah,
So this is what we bought. Like, this is where boxing, I guess, was born from in the
yeah,
sense. Like, and I'm here outside. I'm just sitting there looking at this building, like, and it's a cute, like, pictures really don't do that building any justice. That building is huge. Like when they say a coliseum, a coliseum is big. But when I imagine a coliseum from pictures I've seen versus me being there in person, night and day as far as size. Like no, does it no justice. It's huge,
that's
and
crazy.
just that feeling you get when you're there and just outside of the doors, like oh, who want to fight right now? Who want to fight right now?
Warriors. It's warrior stuff. How'd you feel like representing? Like remember we talked about it in the gym a little bit. I think it was Japan that you were talking about it though, where you were like representing America and that people come up to you like, oh, you're an American, you're an American.
Oh yeah, well that happened to me in multiple countries, but I definitely feel like Japan was very, very, very in your face about it. The other countries were like, oh okay, cool, the guy from the U.S., the guy from the U.S. But like in Japan, like they was really coming up to us, like, oh yeah, you're the guy from USA, right? Oh man, nice to meet you. Like they were excited to meet you, and that's a crazy feeling when someone comes up to you and want to take a picture and want to meet you, not because you're a boxer or who you are, just because you're from a certain country. It's like, yeah. Meanwhile, I'm over here in the U.S. right now, and I'm like, eh, whatever.
That's
Like,
great.
uh, to a certain extent, like yeah, like I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud. Like our government and our fucking city is shit. Uh, uh, I'm still proud to be an American. Uh, honestly, when I was younger, uh, being as come from Puerto Rican descent, uh, I was super like, especially when I was younger. I was like, oh no, I ain't American. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not American. I'm Puerto Rican. But as I grew up and stopped being ignorant and educated myself a little bit, I was a lot more proud to be an American. And I still, I 100% claim my history. When anyone asks me, I'm 100% Puerto Rican, but I'm also proud to be an American.
People don't get to experience that. Like normal people don't get to experience that. Going to another country and taking like you almost like you take it on. Like you're a representative of the whole country.
Yeah, oh yeah, like legit, like going to the games and hearing the Star Spangled Banner, legit chills. Like all my hairs would stand up. Even to this day, like when I hear it now, like it's a proud feeling hearing it because it takes me back to that feeling. It was like, like yeah,
Yeah.
I like this song there.
Just like you had that feeling of completion, like your top fight or your top memory in boxing.
Probably 2009 USA Championships when I fought. I forgot his last name. His first name is Frank. I think it's Frank or Franklin. Um, when I fought him, and he was top shit. He was the boogeyman in my weight. He was a bulldog. He was him. And when I fought him and I stopped him, I'm like, yeah, I'm a dog. Ain't nobody messing with me no more. And from that fight forward, that propelled my mindset. Was like, I don't care who I fight. I'm beating asses and taking names later. I
Yeah.
don't care. I did not care. After that fight, I, it's sad to say that I had 187 amateur fights, and I only have 3 fights on recording, and only because someone else recorded them and put them on YouTube. Not even because I own them or have them. It's crazy sad, but if I were to still have those fights, then you would be able to see like how I was fighting before that fight and how I started fighting after that fight. It was like, oh, who pissed this guy off?
Yeah.
And I was legit like fighting like a pissed off midget every time. Somebody control that guy. He's just coming out here like a bat out of hell, just like beat. It's just like, oh, he's not getting paid yet. And legit, my mindset was just like kill every time. And we're amateurs. I'll fight for a trophy or a medal or a, a fucking $60 belt. It wouldn't even be like a real gold belt. I'm like, he doesn't gotta fight so hard. But that was me. I was legit like fighting my ass off, just like trying to kill everything in sight.
And how old were you then? How was that? Amateur? That was amateurs.
I was 16 because that was my first nationals as an open class fighter that I won.
Okay. And then from there, you turned pro at 18?
18.
18.
Yes.
Okay. Turned pro at 18. How about talk about a little bit like the feeling right before a fight, like you were telling me in the gym? Like when you're coming out, say like Madison Square Garden or any of these places, like that feeling you have, like, right when you're walking out.
Be nothing scarier than the games as far as arenas are concerned. But as a pro, every arena I felt the same exact way. The walk, the walk from the locker room to the ring. When they bang on the door and say, boom, 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 Miguel, you're up. It's like, oh, my heart starts beating. It's like, I'm about to die. Like, like somebody, like, who could pay for my casket? Who's going to pay for my funeral? Like, I'm walking to my execution. That was legit the scariest part of boxing for me. Only the walk from the locker room to the ring. Because when I was in the locker room with my team and just warming up and changing, I'm cool, I'm grooving, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying the moment. But once the official says, Miguel, you're next, is like, no, you can go next. You go in front of me. Go ahead. That's the scariest part about boxing for me. It's only the walk. And the whole time I'm walking down the aisle, walking towards the ring, is like, I'm literally just faking the funk. I'm smiling, I'm grooving, I'm dapping people up, but like internally I'm fighting demons. I'm like, oh shit, like let me just smile and walk because like if not, then people gonna know I'm scared.
And then
And
once you get in, you feel
my
different.
head under the ropes, it's like, all right, what's up? Because either you gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you. Like I'm here now. It's too late to back out. Like it is what it is now. I'll
Yeah,
figure it out at the end. I'll figure it out later.
yeah, that's badass.
Answer your question, yeah, that was the scariest part.
Once you're in the ring, it's on. That all that
Yeah,
fear.
literally, as soon as my head swung under the ropes, it's like it is what it is. I'm here. I can't back. What am I gonna do? Walk out the ring? Nope.
Yeah. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment in boxing? Would you say it's like the medals? What would you say is the best accomplishment for you?
I don't know. As you can see, I have a shitload of
Yeah,
accomplishments.
100%. Yeah.
Did the shit that's over here. I'll walk over and turn. How do I turn this camera around? All right, let's see. I was a part of the Pride of Philadelphia Award 2009, USA Boxing Middle Atlantic Achievement Award. A lot of people don't know about this, but Diamond Belt Tournament. I'm in the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves Hall of Fame. These the 2009 Golden Glove Championship. Most of these are like Golden Gloves. This one's the Junior Olympics one. Middle Atlantic Tournament. Uh, this was the Everett Brothers Award I got. No, this one was the Everett Brothers.
Tyrone Everett.
Yeah. So, yeah, like all of these are. Answer your question, it would probably be my fight for my belt.
Yeah.
Just because all my life I had dreams on getting a belt. Just the flashiness of it. I'm a colorful spirit. I'm a colorful kid. So all my life I just had dreams and just coming out with the music, the lights. Like I'm a flashy guy. I'm flashy. I'm not a show off at all. I'm very humble about it, but I'm also flashy. Uh, I like to be noticed. I like to be looked at. So even when people come in to my fights, I will always have like crazy outfits. I always get like designs and stuff in my hair because it would be like a show to me. Like I would try to put on a show.
Yeah.
And just going back to like what you said earlier, like me and Hector Camacho, like I can relate to him so much because he was so like that where he came out with the costumes and he had this swag, this persona where like he was invincible. And that's pretty much how I always carried myself in the boxing realm at least. It was just always it was always a show. I always try to give people the most bang for their buck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the whole name of the game. You come out, like you have your whole, and you're probably one of the biggest guys in Philly that had like a following too. You know what I mean? Like I think of like
I,
Chris
I,
Ricardo. You have like guys that have that following. You know what I mean? Going to every fight.
yeah. I had a very nice following. I sold a nice amount of tickets
Yeah.
per fight. Like I felt like a lot of local promoters and I would say just a lot of local promoters would never have any issues working with me. One, because I always handle myself accordingly, and two, like they knew, like, all right, Miguel's gonna sell some seats.
With like with your son boxing now, like and like progressing in the sport. Um, like
Literally, all of my fans are just transferring over to him.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, yeah.
He did the exhibition at the 2300, and he sold 58 tickets on a promo card
Wow.
at $50 a pop.
Yeah. Crazy.
And it wasn't even his first official amateur fight. It was just an exhibition, and he sold 58 tickets.
And his name's Miguel Cartagena Jr., right?
He's a junior, and
Yep.
like, granted, like a lot of people were gonna support him regardless because he's my son, and my fans kind of like transferred over to him. But I kind of also made him work a little bit. I mean, like, you know what? Call people, hey, look, I got a fight coming up. I kind of showed him, like, look, you got people. Yes, people are gonna support you because you're my son, and you're already walking into the game with your name having a little bit of weight. But that doesn't mean like that doesn't. You still have to prove yourself. I proved myself.
Yeah.
So because you're Miguel Cartagena Jr. doesn't mean you're Miguel Cartagena.
Yeah.
It just shows that you have to hustle and grind. So I'm always gonna be proud of you and want you to be proud of your name regardless. But as a fighter, you gotta hold up to that name because I got small feet, over size 5. But when it comes to boxing and my name, like you
Heavy,
got
heavyweight. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously though, because that's a major name to live up to. But
yeah, did what I'm doing with my son. He educates. Excuse. He educates himself daily, like daily, all day, every day. He's looking into boxing and everything, and he educates himself, which is amazing. I love it because sometimes, once again, I don't have to force it, so it's awesome. But I'm definitely, like I said earlier, I'll never let him make the same mistakes I did. And he'll definitely make new mistakes because boxing evolves. I'm not gonna say daily, but boxing evolves very quickly. So if you don't keep up and pay attention to things, then you'll fall behind very quickly.
It seems like the sport's growing too, like with all the new, like the Jake Pauls and everything, like in positively or negatively, he's growing it and all that with the eyes for the younger kids. And then we're
Yes,
seeing, like these major fights in Saudi now too. It's almost like the sport's becoming pop culture again or something, you know?
right. I like it. The whole YouTube thing. I like it. I like it. I enjoy it. I do watch it. I do support it. But the only thing I don't like about it is the whole fact that they make boxing look easy to join.
Yeah.
My Jake Paul never had an amateur career day in his life, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up one day and be a pro fighter, and he did it only because he had that following and the money to do it. But let's say let's say my next door neighbor, let's say he just wants to wake up and become a fighter. It's like you can't do that, bud. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't. So I feel like that makes it a little bit unrealistic to the everyday average person.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't like about it because it's not realistic to the normal people
Yeah.
with following or no money. It's not really. They can't just wake up and go fight Floyd. Like
Yeah.
no way.
It's true, yeah, it's nutty. Would you ever consider, like, I mean, you're still young. Would you ever consider fighting again, like coming out of retirement, doing something like Amanda Serranos is putting on these cards?
Nah,
You know what I mean? You never consider it?
nah.
No.
As much as I love boxing and trust me, I wish I was physically able to
Yeah, yeah.
really do, but I didn't stop boxing. I didn't retire because I didn't want to do it anymore, or I lost any love for the sport. Uh, I did it for uh health reasons
Okay.
because I was having a lot of brain issues. I honestly, I don't even know how to really bluntly say this, but
Yeah.
I was having a lot of yeah, brain issues where I was just taking too many concussions and uh too much damage, and I have to like get checked for like CTE and other numerous and neurological damages I do have for sure. So it's just like it wasn't healthy for me anymore.
I hear you, brother. Yeah. That
Like
makes
even family now, like they hate the fact that I'm still in the gym and stuff. And it's like, okay, cool, but like if it were up to me, then I would keep on fighting. Yes, I didn't care about my health. I really don't care about my health. But anyone knows me, I don't care. As long as I'm able to fight, then let's go. I'm
yeah.
with it. So I look at it like, okay, cool, guys. Like I retired. I gave you all that. Like let me still have what I want. Okay, I can agree not to fight with 8 ounce gloves and no headgear. I can agree with that. No problem. I'll give you all that. But yeah, y'all not gonna take 16-ounce gloves and a headgear away from me too.
Yeah. It's
I
like
would
that.
still, I would still go to the gym and get some bump.
Yeah.
Um, granted, I'm not gonna go in there with I'm not this because I know, but I'm not gonna go in there with top elite guys getting ready for a world title fight. Like I'm not gonna do that, but I'm definitely gonna spar some guys that can fight.
Yeah.
I'm only spar the people I train and teach, and just I can't do that because that's too easy for me, and I need a little bit of a challenge.
Like that thing, like it's like in your brain, the endorphins of competition, and it's like it's a hunger you have that you can't get rid of. But at the
uh,
same time, it's like you as a person is so much more important than you as a fighter. Like your fighter is like a fighter isn't even just like the ring, but it's the mentality. But you as a person is so much more important, like for your health and for
that's
yourself.
how I look at it.
You know what I mean?
Like me as a fighter is more important than me as a person.
Well, that's crazy. That's crazy to think that. You know?
That's what pisses my family and my lady off that I look at it like that because she's like boxing can go to hell, but as long as we need you, not boxing. We need the regular Miguel, not Miguel the boxer. And it's like I know, but like Miguel the boxer is a lot cooler than the Miguel the human.
That's that thing. It's like that identity. It's like that
Yeah.
identity. But like at the end of the day, like if something were to happen to me, our job will find somebody to do the job. Or if one day something happens to you, there will be new boxers. But like your family will never get you back.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. You know what I mean? Like
I wasn't even fucking retired 3 months and BoxRec already updated their new ranking system. Like I'm I'm okay with that part.
yeah,
I'm okay with that, but I'm okay with being taken away from boxing. I'm not okay with me leaving boxing.
yeah.
Boxing can write off my name. I'm okay with that. That just comes with the sport. I'm okay with that. But as far as me leaving boxing, I can't do that. Or people trying to force me to leave boxing, I can't do that either. I just can't. It's what literally keeps me mentally sane.
Yeah.
'Cause, without boxing, I legit will go batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I, I don't know who I am without it.
Say
So
mental therapy.
if you take me 100% completely away from boxing, who is to say what the hell I would do or say or
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. I totally hear you. It's like mental therapy and it's identity. And it's like that warrior, like kill or be killed, and now all of a sudden you just have to stop.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Like you just have to stop, like all of a sudden. You know,
And then
it's a struggle.
and people expect me to just be okay with it. Like, hell no. Like, I spent 23 years of my life doing this. So you just want me to stop just because it's not healthy no more. Okay, cool. Granted, that's a valid reason I should stop. Valid, but not good enough. Like, I'm just supposed to stop. I just can't. I just can't. And
Now,
like you said, I'm still young. I'm 31 years old. I got that energy. I can still move. I'm active. So the fact that like I had retired not because of the physical aspect, but the internal mental aspect is like I'm fighting that battle. Like, I can still do it. I can still do it. Just like, yeah, but you can't do it as good as you was doing it. Okay, cool. I understand that. Yeah, I'm not as quick minded and everything as I used to be because of all the damage I took. Um, which is like why, like, especially when people first meet me, they look at me funny, like, why you talk like that? Or you
I
sound funny.
remember you were saying that. I didn't even pick up on it. I remember you were telling me.
Well, there's been several people that ask me, like, yo, you was drinking today? I'm like, no, why? You sound drunk. And it's like, it's a part of the sport I was in. And I've always had issues with boxing obviously made it 100% worse. But I always had an issue with enunciating my words.
Yeah,
Because I always, even when I was smaller, I would just turn everything into one long ass sentence. I wouldn't like take a break in any of my words. Like, I wouldn't enunciate or say the whole your. I would just say your.
yeah.
I would cut the word in half, just continue the sentence quicker. Excuse me. I wouldn't enunciate, so that's always been an issue for me. So just with that, and then all the head trauma I've taken, those together doesn't mix for a good combination. But once people are around me long enough, then they start to understand the way I talk, and it's like it's. mm, I'm with Mike every day in the gym. Mike doesn't have any issues ever understanding me. My son never has any issues understanding me. My lady never has any issues understanding me. Once you're around me for even just a few days, and it's like, all right, cool. You get to understand how I talk, and it's like, all right, cool. You become very adaptable very quickly.
People think like, oh, you can just say whatever you want to people, let alone if you're a fighter or not. Like, just where's the respect? You know,
Yeah, none. No one
yeah,
has zero respect. Um, they just don't respect fighters.
it's like people in general. It's just people in general. Like, you could
Or,
be it goes like to the man in the arena, like the man in the arena with Teddy Roosevelt that wrote was if you
Mhm.
have blood on your face and sweat on your face, you have respect because they're in the arena. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, who am I to say like, oh, this or that or this or that? And I'm sitting in my house, whereas like someone's on the field. Like, who am
Yeah.
I? Who am I to say shit? Who am I to say anything? Because they're the one in the arena.
Fun and games. You can joke and be all fun and games, and because you're not the one in the ring. But like,
Yeah,
okay, if you feel as though that you could do better, then why don't you do
exactly. Yeah,
it?
yeah. I don't
if
get it.
well, if you're so upset that Francis Ngannou lost, like, then you go fight him. You
Yeah, yeah,
fight Francis and do the same thing to him. You
yeah.
see that
It's crazy.
10 times over. Can no one ever say like Miguel was a punk? Like, they know.
Yeah,
Um, I never back down from any fight that was ever brought to me.
yeah,
Uh, any fight that any of my trainers have ever brought to me, if they bring it to me, they felt I could win. So like, let's go. Like, I never expected my trainers to bring me a fight and be like, "Oh, you can't win," but I'm just bringing this to you just so you know this is available.
yeah,
No, you bring it to me, then you think I could win. So I'm gonna believe I could win. So I'm gonna always say yes.
yeah,
I never no to any fight because if they bring it to me, then they think I could win. So I'm
yeah,
like, cool, let's go.
yeah. Who are some of your favorite fighters now? I know you said you're not super into it. Your son's more so into it. But
Yeah.
are there any guys like locally or like big names, like any guys that you really like to watch still at all?
This is tough because it's not necessarily that I just don't narrow it down to specific people. If you're from Philly or the surrounding area, I'm gonna support you no matter what. Like, I'm gonna support no matter what. I'll be in your corner. I'll cheer you on, 100%. I just don't specifically pay attention enough.
Yeah,
But I'm a little bit ignorant when it comes to that. But I just don't pay attention enough.
yeah,
And absolutely should. But I've been trying because boxing evolves so much. I've been trying to start swaying myself back to the amateurs because my son's an amateur, like, and he's not gonna be pro anytime soon. So like, I don't really care about the pros right now. I don't really try to focus my mind there because that's not where my education should be gained from, and they'd be learning from the amateurs because that's where my son's gonna be fighting. So amateur judges and professional judges judge fights completely different. So I have to pay attention to the habits of amateur judges. But to answer your question, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Leander Cruz, uh, Cool Boy Steph. He's a part of my era, but he's definitely on top. To answer your question, some of those names I definitely always pay attention for, and I always shuffle back to their pages like, oh, when's the next fight? All right, bet I'm gonna make sure I mark it down so I tune in.
yeah. 2033. That'll be the year Junior's pro.
2033.
2033, right? He's 9.
No, he's 10.
So 20, yeah, still 2033, 34.
If he turns probably 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's who's to say? Now you're allowed to turn pro at 17 and 16. So
You probably have to, yeah, you'd have to fight in Mexico for a year, like Haney,
mhm.
17. And then you can go 18 in the States.
Yeah. Well, no, 17 is Brandon Pizarro
Oh, yeah,
fought.
Brand Pizarro. Yeah.
They call him the gift.
Gift. Yeah. 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 I seen him fight a couple times down at the old Sugar House. I was at one of his first fights at Sugar House. He came out in the all orange.
He fought 2300. Fought in I think he fought the Brawl Hall, but he
At an
fought
ace.
places.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen him fight a couple times. All right, bro. I really appreciate you doing this, man. It was awesome. Just
Oh
chopping it up.
no, I'm always down for stuff like this, and I said like I'm out of boxing, but I love the fact that anyone would want to have boxing conversation. I'm always up for it. Like I'm
Yeah.
always
I know, me too. Like the reason, like, so like I was always really into it just as a fan and all that. Like my dad was into it and stuff. And I started writing for John DeSanto, the guy who does Philly boxing history, and he's the chairman of the PA Hall of Fame.
yep,
I had him on the second episode.
yeah.
And I noticed like he does a lot of cool stuff for fighters. Like he does the Hall of Fame, the Briscoe Awards, like shines light to a lot of the fighters.
I forgot what year, but
Oh nine, right?
no, what maybe it was on that. I got one of the Briscoe Awards. I don't fucking know where's that plaque. They gave me a plaque, I believe.
Like looking at some of these fighters, I'm like, it would be so cool to be able to go back and watch like an actual just conversation of like just authentic conversation of any of these warriors and just be able to actually like see them as people. Like that's kind of why I wanted to do it.
The awesome part because when you when you do that, you really get to see fighters at a different standpoint. Like you probably from some research you would have found out, but like you normally would never know. Like I'm infatuated and love animals so
Yeah,
much,
exactly. Yeah.
or I'm a big car guy.
Yeah.
I know it was like I'm a big car guy. I love building show cars. And by the time my show car is completed, I sell it just to buy another car and build that car up.
Yeah.
I like the process of building cars, not necessarily keeping the car for the rest of my life. I just like the process of building cars. I love animals so much. You see me the whole time.
Yeah.
My cat. I got bearded dragons.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's badass.
I just sometimes part little known facts about me.
Yeah. And it's like the thing is I didn't get into I was always into it, but I didn't really get into it until I was probably like 20. And like it was from Ty Crawley and then through John DeSanto working fights. But then it almost took my interest away from like ball sports. Because I'm like, this is like basketball and all. It's like that's cool. You can shoot a ball through a hoop and all, but like this is the real sport. This
It's
is like,
the grittiness of it.
yeah, but it's real. It's like even
I
just
respect all sports because it takes a certain kind of talent or craft. But
you respect them all, but it's just you respect all sports, but it's like a different appreciation when there's no refs and like well, there's refs, but no external factors in terms of like it's just me and you in the ring. The judges can say what they want. The coaches,
can't
the yeah,
you can't pass the ball. And no, you take the shot. I'm tired.
yeah,
You take
yeah.
you can't do that, buddy. You better fight.
And the real person I like comes out too. The real person, like whether you're like, it's like the ultimate vulnerability. Like everyone will be like, "Oh, you're at a bar or something. Oh, let's duke it out or whatever," and it lasts 20 seconds, and it's not even a real. It's just like a little bullshit thing. But in the ring, it's in front of millions of people. It's in front of the whole world. It's like the ultimate. It's like vulnerable ability to have the balls to do that, and then for like that's like the ultimate respect. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself out there on the line. You know,
Yeah,
win, lose or draw. It's like I am. I stepped in.
yeah.
Everybody else was having fun watching. You know?
And then that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
That no one can really relate themselves in that aspect. But no one can really relate themselves like really good. But everyone thinks they can, and
Exactly.
that's Jim is like. I really like. I tell these kids raw like this is cool, this is fun, it's great. You guys only see the glamour of it. You guys don't see the dark side of it.
Yeah.
If this is something you want to do, then hell yeah, I can help you out. But if this is something you just want to do for bragging rights or just to say you're a boxer, let that be known to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now I know how to mentally carry you.
Mhm.
But don't tell me you want to be a fighter and I'm mentally preparing myself to train you like a fighter if you just want to be in shape. If you just want to be in shape and do everything a fighter does without getting hit, then I can absolutely do that for you, no problem. Just let that be known to me. So
Yeah.
I'm how to carry you.
Yeah.
But don't let me be at my house. Like there's been a few times where I'm fucking training people and I'm like, you know what? He deserves some sparring. Or I'm sitting here at home at the gym, like, you know what? Who can I call up and get some sparring from? And then I go to them like, oh, look, I found somebody for you to spar. And they're like, oh, no, I don't want to spar. Well, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Just let me know your standpoint. Like, you just want to do everything a fighter does without getting hit. No problem. I understand that. Cool. But just, you have to communicate that to
100%. Yeah, 100%. Some people do it just to lose weight or whatever the case may be. Or for like if you're younger, you want I'm a boxer and the girls and everything like that. But they don't realize how lonely it probably is. Like, isn't it like
100%.
yeah. Like the
I,
doctor. You know what I mean? Like the cutting weight and shit.
yeah.
That's a different.
Just to go back to what I was saying, like I'll go back to my man cave, right? Remember I was telling you like I build cars and shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is my room. Like
I go back to that no fear. That's tough.
this is all of my car trophies from cars I built and stuff.
whatever you do, that there you go. That's proof of what we talked about earlier.
Right? This,
That's
this
tough.
this is one like a car I built for my son. This is a car I built for my son. These are Japanese cars too. The steering was on the other side of the road. These are all right hand drive cars. My Jeep is right hand drive. You've seen this outside the gym,
That's tough.
but it's right hand drive. The steering was on the other side. And this one was right hand drive. I ordered this one from Japan. This one from Japan. This one from Japan. I bought that one when I was at the Subaru dealership. I had this one at the gym a few times, and then I build them, and then after I build them, I just get rid of them.
What do you
And
do?
then,
Do you sell them? Like
yeah,
refit, rebuild, put everything in, and resell?
yep. Well, no, I sell them as is. Like after I build them, I hook them up, make them look nice. I just like whatever. The fun part is done, and
What are the
then
trophies? What are the car trophies?
these are all like participation trophies. Like this one's first place for the Subaru I won. This one's top 20. No, this one was 20th annual Pan American Game. Top 60 cars, top 100 cars, top 50. So these are all like best new age car. These are all participation trophies and stuff.
Dude, it's like what we talked about earlier though. It's like anything you do. It's like two things. It's like anything you do, you become obsessed with.
Me, 100%.
And then whatever you do, you're successful with it too.
That's
Boxing.
why I'm fucking 31 years old and don't do any drugs. But I know I have an addictive personality.
Yeah, me too. The same
Anything I
way.
try, if I like it, I'm gonna go balls deep into it
Yeah.
because that's just why. If I like it, I'm gonna do it 100%. So that's why I've always been scared to try drugs.
I'm the same exact way. Like I don't even drink or anything because I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, no, I do drink because that's controllable.
Yeah, I'll do that sparingly too, but I try
Yeah,
to
but
anything that's addictive. I'm like,
yeah, but as far as
yeah,
like the drugs, where I can get addicted, I understand I can. Someone can definitely get addicted to drinking as well, but I just felt like that's something controllable to
for
me.
sure. Yeah.
As far as like drugs, like where my body could become dependent on it. I've never smoked weed, never did anything my whole entire life, just
Oh,
because I, I I'm scared of the outcome.
yeah. No, that's crazy. Me neither.
If I like it, then I'm gonna fucking enjoy. I'm just gonna fucking abuse that shit, and I don't fucking want that for myself. So I just don't. I'm 31 years old, and I'm cool. I survived this many years without doing it. I'll survive the rest of my life.
It's a different breed, brother.
Yeah. So I just be sitting here, fucking, my son being on that couch, and I'm just sitting here watching fights.
That's badass. That's an awesome setup.
Yeah, I have like the dual TV, so I put like the UFC on this TV, and then boxing on this TV. So I'm sitting there watching both fights at one time.
That's badass. That's a crazy setup.
Yeah, this is my garage, and I wound up making a two car. Like behind my house was like grass. I wound up cementing it, and now I have a two-car slot. So I'm like, I don't really need a garage. Fuck it, I'm gonna turn my garage into a man cave. So I wound up building a wall. I took the garage door off. I built a wall, and then I just made this my man cave. And now that I built the wall, right? All I have to do is add a closet to this room. And now whenever in the next year and a half is my plan, I can sell this house as a four-bedroom house.
Yeah. Let's see, that's the real. Yeah. So you got boxing, cars, real estate. You
A
start.
little bit, but it's all because the cars has always been my thing, but the whole real estate thing is
Woman.
100% my lady.
Yeah.
She's the brains behind everything. She's the one that introduced me to it. She has all the licenses and everything. She's the real brains and muscle. I'm just
I
I'm
never
just
been great.
the,
You were telling
I'm
me
the,
about her. Sounds awesome.
the
Yeah.
guy that makes errands for her.
Yeah. Yeah. You were telling me about her. She sounds like an awesome woman.
No, awesome. I was like, I can never fucking doubter at all.
Yeah.
Let me run upstairs. I can show you my son's room.
Yeah, let me check it out.
I'll show you my son's room. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I got all the logos put
The
up on
ring.
the closet.
That's awesome. The Rock'em Sock'em, the Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, Miguel, I like that ring.
He legit had. Oh no, yeah. I bought like a WWE ring, and then my lady just put like cardboard, and we just made it custom for him.
What, you got that Creed Aventus down there?
Of course. Well, this is his collection.
Oh, yo,
This is his collection. My collection is crazy.
I got a wild, yo, that's sick.
These are custom outfits and stuff I did for him.
That's sick. Even the fight kit there, the whole fight kit, and you got that in the shadow box.
Yeah,
Sweet.
because that was the outfit that I used. Well, I got him the same exact outfit, but this was my outfit that I used for the garden fight.
Okay,
So I the same exact outfit, and I just framed it for him. And
that's
then this was another fight when I fought in Japan. This was a photo shoot me and him did.
I saw them online.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw you were in you were in Sports Illustrated, weren't you?
that was the USA championship belt.
Oh nine.
Yeah, this was on I just hung it up there for him for motivation.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so he can get
How'd you hang the belt up?
huh?
How'd you hang the belt up? Did you use strips or what you put
Oh,
on? You have a
you know,
hook?
you know how it has the buckles, right? I
Yeah.
just put a fucking screw through the buckle hole, and then I threw another screw through this buckle hole,
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
But then it didn't like damage the belt, but it still holds up the whole entire time.
You got I saw online you're in Sports Illustrated in '09.
Yeah,
Do you have that magazine? Like that? I wrote it down. It was July of '09.
yeah. No, I'll show you my. This is my collection.
Oh, all the creeds, Nachieros, Savage.
Help build confidence by sharing compliments
Crazy.
on Nat
Spot for one of my favorites is this one.
What is it?
This one's called Bad Boy. It has a complimentive one that matches like for your lady. That was good as hell.
What is it? You said it compliments. What is there, a girl version, a guy version?
Yeah. So if you buy them, if you can wear one without the other, but if you wear them together, then they create a whole new smell that complements each other,
Oh wow.
which is fucking dope. Because
Jeez.
I wind up buying it for my lady, and she doesn't like it for herself. Like when she wears it by herself, she doesn't like it. But when she wears mine, well, when I wear mine and she wears hers together, the smell it creates together.
And then I like the gold cheese.
That was I think it's the red Creed. There's a red bottle. It's like clear and red.
Yeah.
I think that one was my next purchase that I was supposed to be buying next. I think that's on my list because I went to the mall and I smelled them. I'm like, oh hell yeah!
Yeah, they're the best. I like this one too.
And they fucking, I got the King. I got that one.
Yeah.
All right, it's King, right?
It's Dolce Gabbana K.
Yeah,
The small one that I just picked up. Like this.
yeah, yeah. That's why I buy the small bottles because I always buy so many of them.
Yeah.
Then I buy the small bottles just because I don't use the whole like I buy a small bottle because I don't use the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
I want to buy in the next month or so. I'll buy a brand new cologne anyway.
Yeah.
So, like never use the whole entire thing. So I bought my son. My son has that the Creed Aventus. He has a 100 milliliter bottle just because he doesn't buy cologne. So I'm supposed to see him more buy you one bottle.
Yeah, Matt, I hope one day my 9-year-old son can be rocking Creed Aventus. You know? Because
No,
I'm still wearing the clones.
but This is where life is. Whatever you show him, you see he has a small collection,
Yeah,
but he only did that because he seen my collection.
yeah.
So it's just by leading by example. So if you want your son to wear creative answers, then wear it yourself, and then he's gonna look like, all right, cool. I want to be like dad, and then he'll wear it.
Who's your son's favorite? Like, who's his favorite fighters? I might have some stuff for
Fuck that dude. He'll say fucking Jake Paul some shit. Piss me off.
him. Besides Jake, what kind of Jake shit? Let me pull out
I,
some.
I'm not sure. He doesn't. To my knowledge, he doesn't have a favorite. He's just a fan of everyone. Everyone. But he's kind of. He's a little bit in that stage where he can fanboy a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Where like anyone that's super popular, like he likes them just because he's a little kid, a little bit. He has that innocent mindset still.
Yeah.
Where I allow him to fanboy a little bit just because he's a kid still. So I let him do it.
Do you have Macho's autograph?
I fucking wish.
Yeah.
I met him one time and I had nothing on me.
That's crazy.
No,
Not even
no.
no card?
Nothing. Not even a card. I didn't have a fucking cell phone with me. I met him at the beach. And I'm sitting there in no shirt and fucking shorts. I'm like, damn it, sucks. Fuck, I ain't got a pen, I ain't got my phone. And then I didn't want to tell him, like, hold on, I'll be right back. Because I'm like, he's not going to hold on.
Yeah. Was he cool to you? Was he like a nice guy?
No, he was cool. He was cool. Cool
Yeah.
shit. One of my favorite fighters, so it was definitely cool shit to meet him.
I got like all these. I'm gonna look through what I got. I got like some of the ones like just like the old Sports Illustrated, but
Yeah.
then
I
I
was
got like,
the Sports Illustrated I was on had a football player on the cover.
yeah, it would have been July '09, I think.
Yeah, it had a football player on the cover.
Is it Tim Tebow?
Yes.
Is this it?
Yep.
All right. Do you have a copy of this mag?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna get one.
I don't. But what team is that?
That's the Florida Gators, college team.
All right. See, that's how I don't know shit about sports. I'm over here thinking Cowboys. I just knew it was blue and white.
Yeah. So let me see. I just want to make sure it's the right one. I'll grab two of them.
No, but it was that one. I think I was on like the 13th page or some shit like that.
Yeah, July '09.
I think it was like 13th page. I think I was on. I believe so. I'm almost 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was like.
No, I'm gonna pick one up. I got a bunch of Sports Illustrated. I'll get one for you too. I got a bunch of these Sports Illustrated. But if your son's interested in some guys, if he's into the modern guys like AJ,
Oh yeah, he's into anyone modern. He's into all that shit.
I'll grab. Does he have rings?
Huh? No, he doesn't.
I'll get him a couple.
Once again, I'm not educated. So where the hell do you get them from? Yeah,
Yeah, I pick these up, like these ones. I just pick them up at like card shows and stuff. They'll be like $1 or whatever, just like the old like card shows or eBay. You know what I mean? The Ring magazines I have a subscription to, so you just go to like it's like ring.tv and it's just a subscription, and they just send you them in the mail. But I'll go on eBay and get like these real old ones.
Does it have like a bunch of boxing shit on the inside of it?
Yeah, let me see.
Like on the new ones.
Yeah. What year was your last fight? Was that and your DAZN fight? What year was that?
23. That was Amanda versus Katie Taylor.
That's right. So, I have one. Because there's a good chance you're in these.
Amanda versus Taylor, 23.
I got something for you.
Katie Taylor, man's around, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Does it have the date on it? Was it 23 or 22?
This is August 22.
August 22.
See.
Damn, that was my last fight. Shit.
Says Taylor Serrano galvanized Irish and Puerto Rican fans in New York City, but also commended the attention of casual observers. But if they have a whole card breakdown in here, you got to be you're in it.
Yeah, 'cause I was definitely a part of that main card.
Yeah, hit the gym on Monday.
I'm there Monday through Thursday. I'm there.
Yeah, I'll bring this to you. Give this to your son.
Nice, hell yeah, there. I appreciate that. I won't be there Tuesday because I'm gonna go spar Leanna Cruz.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
I'm,
usually try to come Tuesday, Thursdays, but I'll pop in on Monday. I'll pop in tomorrow.
I'll be there for sure tomorrow. I'm helping her get ready for her upcoming fight. So
Yeah, Instagram.
Huh?
I saw that on Instagram. You were sparring. I asked Mike where you were at on Thursday. He said you were sparring.
yeah, no, that was the first. Last Tuesday was the first time I sparred since I shattered my elbow.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What's-
been 11 months exactly. Yeah, it's been 11 months since I shattered my elbow.
How'd you shatter it?
Huh?
How'd you shatter it?
I fucking fell down the steps of my house like an asshole. Okay, April 14th, right? My son, remember I was saying my son did an exhibition?
Yeah.
That's my son did his first exhibition. Everyone came over my crib to celebrate. Everyone left. My son, well, at least I thought, I don't know where the hell my head was at. I heard my son call me. I'm like, I walked all the way upstairs. I got 16 steps. I'm like, I'm not walking downstairs. I walked down one step. I said, huh? And I wanted launching myself back. But I didn't fall down the steps. I fell over the banister. So I went from 16th step, first floor, direct. I landed my elbow, smacked my head on the floor, knocked myself up. I was sleeping for 30 minutes.
And what did you cracked? You shattered the elbow? Like the whole?
Just the elbow. I didn't break nothing in my arm, nothing in my arm or nothing in my arm at all. Just the elbow. 8 pieces.
That's crazy.
8 pieces.
And do you feel it now when you're moving?
Yeah. I have like a little boomerang. I would never be able to make a straight arm.
That's wild.
It's like slightly like that. It's fully extended. I can't make a straight arm even if I wanted to. I'm trying to force it. It just doesn't. Because the way they put the plate at, the plate is right there. So when I extend it, it locks out on this bone up here. And it just doesn't let it go any further.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
You can't even throw a jab on the guy at work now.
But I'm right-handed, so I'm good with the jab.
Oh yeah, the camera's reversed. Yeah.
But it's their right hand, but I'm left-handed, so he ain't gotta worry about my right hand. He gotta worry about this hook coming. That's crazy, right? So I'm left-handed and I fight right-handed. My son is right-handed but fights southpaw.
But yeah, I remember asking you this. Do you write with your left hand?
Yeah, I'm left-handed, like 100%. I do everything with my left hand.
And you were trained to fight? You were trained to fight orthodox?
Yeah, because when I went to jail, remember back in the day, being left-handed was frowned upon.
Yeah, I'm left-handed too.
Being left-handed was frowned upon. So when people found out you're left-handed, they would kind of force you to be right-handed.
Yeah, and you're almost looked at like you're left-handed.
They literally they didn't ask me what hand I wrote with. They just put me the way, and I just learned like that. I just thought that was the correct way. Years later, I found out like, oh, they're southpaw. What the fuck?
It probably made you could throw to left too, though.
Oh yeah, now I can switch.
Yeah.
But it's funny because years later, my son grows up. He's 100% a right-handed fighter. I'm a right-handed guy. He does everything with his right hand. But this is not something I chose for him at all.
Yeah.
He wants to be a softball fighter.
It's probably better in the long run.
He doesn't want 100%. Softball fighters are the most dangerous fighters on earth. So I never tried to really correct him. When he first started boxing, I'm like, no, you stand the other way. No, you stand the other way. But he was like, no, I want to stand this way. So I'm like, all right, go ahead, stand the other way. And then he just became nice at standing there.
I remember you telling me that you're like southpaw is good because they're tricky and hard to figure out, but you got to be like you got to be quick. You got to be quick too. You can't just be like a plodding like you got to be quick with it. You know what I mean?
You can't hesitate. You can't wait. You gotta be quick thinking with those motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, then they'll lay your ass up.
They can lead with like you how you were showing me a little bit, like where if you're fighting southpaw and you're jabbing, you almost if they're coming in either direction, you can almost kind of hit them with that overhand like a jab, but it's like a power jab, like a hook almost.
Yeah,
Fighting southpaw, like whatever you're going to try to get them to your left.
from that opposite side, yeah, just to lean them this way.
To bring them over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
If you throw a shot, they're gonna slip or step that way just to get away from the shot, which leads them into your power hand.
Yeah. Or they could come underneath and slip it and catch you. That's the only thing.
That's the scary part of softballs. Is they're able to do that.
If I were to do that to somebody, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lead them here, and they can come right underneath. Bang.
Yeah, because
Like that.
if you go this way to throw your hook to bring them to your right hand, and you throw that right hand, they go under it, and now they're hooked. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's like chess. Boxing's like you have to be intelligent. You have to like chess.
That's just like chess on steroids. You gotta think 7 steps ahead.
It's like chess, but you'll get fucked up if you make a wrong move. Like, it's like chess, but you might die if you move your pawn in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go through some of my shit. I'm gonna try to find. You'll have to be in like this once I read through it. So I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. And
I'm definitely I'll fucking frame it, or I'll either frame it and put it in my son's room, or I'm gonna let him read through it first.
Yeah, because I gotta find one. Because like a lot of times they would in the Ring magazine they'll do like Philadelphia, New York, Detroit, all the cities, and then they'll have like a breakdown of the local cards too.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, I'll go through and try to find. Like they may not have them all, but
Ring.net is the website.
I think it's ring.tv or just go on Google and type in the Ring magazine.
All right. Yeah, I'll do.
The Ring magazine belt and all that. But now no like this magazine used to be like, I even got one framed. You can't really see it too well, but it's that Rocky.
All right, I see it.
But yeah, he's like our hero, Italian Rocky.
Oh yeah.
But like at that time, it was like if you got on the cover of Ring magazine, it was better than being a champion. It was like you were made. Like you're on the yeah. If you're on the cover, it was like this is 1940 something, Billy Conn.
Shit.
But like no one cares. It's crazy because I care about it because I'm a nerd with this stuff. But
Right.
like no one like you can get these for like $20, $10. Like these are like heroes. Like they're legends. They made it to the cover. But now with the whole phones and shit, like
They're pioneer.
yeah, no one even knows like because of all the phones. People are on their phone like on Instagram or you know what I mean instead of actually picking up a book and reading it.
Yep.
That's the thing. But I collect so much crazy stuff. Like I had this is what I told you. I wrote to Ray Mancini. I think people can follow you like Instagram.
Yeah, you can tell my Instagram, my Facebook, or whatever. If people don't have Instagram.
Yeah, all right. I'll put all that in, and then anything like that you want to plug, like training or like anything that you like to kind of bring people to you a little bit.
Yeah, you can just let them know like they can come to the gym and contact me through the gym. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
So, kind of in a sense, shouting out the gym in a certain aspect.
Yeah. All right.
That's what they pretty much that's the only gym they'll be able to find me at.
Well, Rumbler's coming back soon, right?
Yeah, but like I said, I just gotta find the right building for the right price. It just has to make sense because this time around, I don't want to run it. I want to run it more like a Joe Haynes gym.
Yeah,
a little bit more mainstream instead of so rugged and I don't want it like a. I don't say that. I just don't want like a ghetto gym.
yeah. You want it to be a mix though, like a dungeon. You want to have like that dungeon feel, but at the same time, it's polished. You know?
Yeah, it's like I don't mind the smell of a gym, but it also has some kind. It also has they also have to have some kind of character. Like I take care of this shit at least.
Yeah.
And like everyone in here are like somewhat respectable humans. I'm not just gonna have everyone and anyone just run around, running out to gym. Like that's not the kind of gym I want to. Yeah. All right. That's a very good combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Dungeon Warrior feel, like that, like the Front Street Gym feel, but then you got polish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have your son with that gym. That's where it goes.
Yeah. But like I said, it's just building it just has to make sense.
Where would you put it in? Would you put it in Philly or would you put it in the burbs?
I want it in Philly, but I want it nowhere near North Philly. Like I'm
Right.
thinking, I'm thinking like Northeast because I want it easy enough for like SEPTA and trains where I need kids to be able to get to it, but far enough away from drugs and the whole fucking scenery there.
Yeah, no, I hear
But
you.
too far where it becomes an obstacle for them to get. Like, I don't need a kid to have to take two buses and a train to get to the gym
Yeah,
because leaving the gym at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, they gotta get home.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm thinking like I would feel responsible for kids
Somewhere
to
happen. Yeah,
my gym,
yeah,
so I have to be like maybe Mayfair, maybe like where I live now, maybe Mayfair, maybe possibly Juniata if I find like the right building, like. It just has, like let's say, it just has to make sense, and I truly 100% don't want to make like if I make money off of it, great, beautiful, but like, I really don't. That's not my goal at all. I just need for it to sustain itself.
yeah,
Whatever my rent is and whatever the bills is, as long as it brings that in, that's all I need.
yeah,
Anything extra, I'll probably never use. I'll probably just throw right back into the gym. Like I'll buy shirts. I'll fucking since I'm really good into like the whole car market. Maybe I'll buy a dope ass church van and hook that up my like
yeah,
pimp it out like I do with my cars, but use that as a way of transportation for sparring and other gyms like to go to other gyms
yeah,
because I not all kids have vehicles and not if you come to my gym then I don't want you having to go 3 buses and a fucking train to get to Joe Haynes for sparring.
yeah,
I'd rather you just pack up a minivan full of kids, and drive up there.
yeah, for
But
sure.
taking my time, it's in my plans. I'm already having my lady work on the LLCs and the paperwork part of it. It's just taking my time. Yeah, whenever the right building presents itself, it'll happen.
It'll all take care of itself, dude. Seriously, how you are, man. Like your obsessive personality, but then ultimately being successful and everything. You're like, you know what I mean? You're in the infancy stages of it.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Especially because like I said, like with a good woman behind your back,
For
you
sure.
could conquer the world. Which is I never fucking believe that shit. I always thought you can do this shit on your own, and you absolutely can. But like having a good woman behind your back fucking makes that shit 10 times easier. And I didn't believe it until I found a good woman.
Yeah.
And then, damn, my life did like my life was always on the up and up. But once I met her, like she fucking catapulted my monthly income, the way I think, the way I carry myself. Just like quick, cool. Like I'm glad you're making money, but what is the money gonna do for you? Don't let it change your character and shit like that.
Yeah.
Only a good woman can do those things for you.
Yeah. I think that's like maturing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yes.
You're telling me a lot about her in the gym. She does sound like an awesome woman. Seriously. Lucky.
She's legit. I couldn't ask for nothing better. Um, The only reason I'm not married is because I'm waiting for her daughter to get married first.
Yeah,
Her
you
daughter
tell
in April 20 something. So probably after her honeymoon and the wedding celebrations and feelings calm down, and then I'll probably propose because I don't want to I don't want to take away any light from her daughter's marriage.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
My lady's already been married. She was married for 20 years, so she already knows what it feels like. we're gonna do a small destination wedding, and that's it. So she doesn't want anything big, and she's happy with a small wedding. So I'm not like stressed.
Nah, you
But
should.
I don't want to like take away any light from her daughter's first marriage. So that's why I said I'll just wait until after all of that, and I'll do my thing.
On the up and up, bro. Seriously. It's like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything's gonna come together, man.
yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you doing it, bro. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Seriously.
All good,
Yeah, I
man.
really appreciate you doing this, though. I could talk to you all night.
No, it doesn't really bother me. Like, you get my number. Feel free to fucking call me up any Saturdays. You want to come over and watch a fight?
Dude, I love it.
You see my setup.
Yeah.
I'm literally here. I'll be on the weekends pretty much every weekend, every other weekend. I'll have a drink by myself, sitting there watching the fights with my son.
Yeah.
That's what we do on the weekends.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'll come check it out. I'll bring some stuff on Monday or tomorrow for him. I'm gonna go through my magazines tonight. And
All right.
wow.
I appreciate it. See you, man.